So, do you want to have a look at the ranges first?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So I'll just say sort of what we're doing. So we're
Yeah,
looking at the moment, three bet pots,
yeah,
and we're looking at the button versus small blind. So basically, the button opens, small blind three bets four times the open,
yeah,
and then button calls. And this is with like a 10% ante.
yeah.
And then we're
Cool.
going to look at 33%, 70%, and 130%
Yeah,
bets from
yeah,
the out of position and in position player.
yeah,
And then out of position can re-raise three times, and in position can re-raise 2.5 times.
yeah. Sounds good.
You happy with
Sounds
that?
good.
That makes
Yeah, yeah. Is there also an all-in option? Because looking at the SBR, you'd
ooh,
see if someone like c bet 70% into seven, that's like 500. So that would be 1,200 in the pot, and they would have 1,800 behind. So I imagine there will be a bit of three bet shoving going on. Oh wait, but 3x is pretty much an all-in anyway, right?
I'd be pretty close, depending on the bet
Yeah,
size.
yeah. To a 70% pot, it would be right about all in. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have clicked. I mean, it's got an added an all-in threshold, so if it gets, over 67% of the effective stack, it just goes all in
oh, okay, right. Yeah, that should
as
do it.
an
So
as an
yeah,
option.
yeah, cool.
Cool. So we'll look at the imposition range.
Yep.
So I'll bring this up here. So basically,
So
this is what the button will have. So
so it's what they open and then call a raise with,
yeah, yeah,
right? I'm surprised to see so many suited kings in there that goes that wide, but
yeah. It's pretty out of line, eh? I mean,
yeah, no respect. But I did see the small blind three betting range was real fucking wide. So it depends on who you're playing against, I guess.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, like unless your post flop is really on point, you probably don't want to be defending like king three suited, right?
Yeah, I could
Or
definitely see folding, and like
an ace nine off.
I think very like a lot. Some people do go crazy small blind to button, but versus population, I think you're going to get in a lot of trouble if you're calling queen seven suited there.
So do I. Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
yeah. So I mean, like, depend on who you're playing, but I mean, if you're post flop, if you don't feel 100% in it, you could definitely get rid of some of these like
Yeah.
mod. And it just depends on the player as well. If he's a nit.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I'd be more inclined to call with the 6-5 suited than the king four suited. Like
Me
you're
too.
just going to be dominated a lot more and not card sharing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely agree. But anyway, that's the ranges that they give, and we're gonna have aces, kings, queens all the time. So we definitely have some
Yeah.
strong hands here.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That's a pure flat at these. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
at 50 bigs, they just don't want
Yeah.
to ever get
I
it
wouldn't
in.
have thought queenses. I would have thought that would be a get in.
Queens,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Especially like at 100% frequency to always call it seems surprising.
yeah, it
Yeah,
does a little bit, but that's what they recommend. I mean,
yeah,
obviously, if players have different ranges, you just do different things.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
Cool. And then we'll look at the small blind.
Yeah,
So this is what the small blind is: three betting at 50
cool,
bigs.
cool.
So let's have a look at
Um,
this.
yeah. So it uses a lot of offsuit stuff at this stack depth, which you kind of expect.
What do you think about fives here? Like if you've got pocket fives
Yeah,
and you three bet the button at 50 bigs and he shoves on you,
yeah.
are you calling?
I'm hating life and folding, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like I guess I usually don't take that line, so I won't get myself in that position. But yeah,
I
yeah.
wonder I wonder if it wants to call here. Like I wonder if it's using that 25% and then it's calling off.
It probably is versus like the other GTO range because of stuff like they're never shoving their like best pairs and stuff, and they were shoving a lot of unpaired stuff.
Yeah.
So it probably is good enough versus the GTO range, but in practice, I don't think
It's
it'll be
probably
great.
yeah. So in practice it
Yeah,
might even be better just flatten potentially.
yeah, I would say so, but
Yeah.
it's yeah,
So they throw a lot of queens in here.
yeah,
Suited queens. Loves the 10-7, loves these small little connective ones.
right, interesting.
And I guess they're just using these all as bluffs, all these ones.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one kind of sucks when you 3-bet Queen Jack suited and get shoved on. I guess you just call that off, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. 50 bigs is a lot, you know?
It is, but if he opens to like 2.4 and you make it like almost 10, like 9 bigs, and he shoves, you're doing pretty good against his pocket pairs, ace, king.
Yeah,
Even pocket tens, you're flipping.
You're getting the right price, but I'd say if you threw into Equilab, it would be pretty close to break even, if that, you know?
Yeah, I guess it all depends on what they shove in, eh?
Yeah, it's going to depend a lot on their range, because you are crushed by a lot of their, you know, their ace queens and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, would be interesting.
Cool. Well, that's basically the ranges we would expect.
Cool. Yeah.
And cool. So the board we're going to be looking at is 10-6-6.
Yeah, with a flush draw. Cool.
With a flush draw. Cool. So we'll bring this bad dog up.
Bad dog.
Whoa, that's a lot of checking.
Yeah, for out of position. Yeah, 63%. Right. Okay. Well, first, it's pretty obvious. We've like hardly no sixes in our range, right? Like very, very little.
Very, very few.
Yeah, we have some king six suited, cheeky bit of queen six suited, some quads, but yeah, not a whole pile. Ace six off as well as just never in this line. So yeah, so that's probably a big part of why we're checking. They just have a bit of a range advantage, I would imagine. Can you check out our equity?
Can. Yeah, definitely can, sir. It's not too bad.
Yeah, so in positions, so
50
out of position, we actually do have an equity edge on this flop, which makes sense. We are the 3-better, so we have. Yeah. Well, actually, they also have all their aces, kings, and queens as played, but I guess we have more overpairs. We also have jacks and tens, whereas they never have it. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I guess they've got way more. They've got a few more sixes. Yeah, they definitely have a lot more sixes. So they're gonna have like a nut range advantage. Sure. Okay. Cool.
So what bet size does it like when it does bet? So overbet, is it?
No, 33.
No, that's 33%. Yes, right, yeah.
So it's just in a small bet. So
yeah, with low SPR too, you're going to be using small sizing a lot. That's why I was real surprised. I thought it was an overbet for a second.
I mean, I think even though these have like a certain percentage in them, I just think in reality it never uses this.
Yeah, I mean, like combined, it's less than 1% anyway. So
yeah, but I haven't like it's not fully solved as well.
Yeah,
so it's just probably 0.1% margin or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we see what hands they are betting then?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so your lower pairs are betting very small frequency, right? That's interesting.
Very small.
Yeah, I guess they have a lot of showdown, and when you do get action, you're not doing great against the range, probably, would be my thinking.
I would always sort of bet here and be like, man, I need a little bit of protection here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Yeah, same. I would be very inclined to. Yeah, and I'm surprised then. Well, it's betting the ace-x quite a bit. I mean, there's a decent amount of checking thrown in there, but yeah.
I can get behind it's been the hearts more often.
Oh yeah, with the suited combos, right, and diamonds. Yeah, it's betting diamonds quite a bit too, right?
Yeah,
and then just pure checking the spades and clubs. Oh no, betting. Oh, that's a6. Yeah,
that's a6. Yeah,
that's different. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put that in. So.
Oh, look at that! And for ace queen and ace king, was that the same for all suits?
Ace queen suited.
Yeah, see that? That's weird. Well, like it just like it actually favors the ones without a flush draw there for ace queen, which is funny, just slightly. But that is strange. That's an odd one. Yeah, that is very strange.
Still a lot of checking though.
But yeah.
Yeah, so it actually quite likes checking its flush draws here.
Yeah. And it seems to prefer the one with 2 overcards, I guess. Less worry about, less equity to give away.
I'll just make notes of this just so we have it.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's right. Yes, it does like checking the overcards.
Yeah. The ones with 2 overcards as opposed to 1. And I'd be interested in looking at like the king queen suited. It's probably more inclined to bet that, not having the ace high. So yeah,
it's definitely been a bit more frequent, like king jack.
Yeah, and it's king jack. Well, that's interesting. It goes with the diamonds more than the hearts, but most of the other combos we're looking at seems to prefer the backdoor slightly to the flop flush draw, which is interesting.
It likes
kings with diamond check a bit more.
Yeah, because obviously they're not going to be calling as much if they're floats, like the backdoor flush draws.
Yes, as well as that. We can play turns and rivers a lot better. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been those kings a lot. Ace king. Yeah, it's been the ace of diamonds a lot more.
Yeah.
And the king of diamond a lot more as well, but definitely ace of diamonds is always betting.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, ace queen's quite similar there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what ace jack is. When he gets to ace jack, it obviously thinks it's a little bit weaker.
Yeah, there's less betting. Yeah, for sure.
Do you reckon that's because they block the aces, kings, and queens with these hands? Where ace jack, you don't block kings or queens, but he's never going to have jacks, so the jack doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, that could be something to do with it. Yeah, because he doesn't really have better ace X to call you with, right? Because he's shoving all these ace queen plus. Pre-flop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
King jack. It's weird that it likes being the jack of diamonds more than the king of diamonds. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, that's strange. It's not too big a thing, I suppose, but yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but same with the. No, they still bet all the diamonds. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just crazy seeing what some of these things do.
Yeah.
But it's making more sense at this like 50 big blind.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was kind of messy when we were real deep. These shallow SPR situations, I think, is gonna makes more sense to look at.
I just say so. He's sort of pure checking with the king high and the ace high. Without the backdoor flush draw?
Oh, yeah, without
front door, backdoor flush draw.
Yeah, close. Yeah.
Except for 2 overcards. So Sauce been the overcards a little bit more, but mostly checks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then the old gutty, it's going for it.
Yep.
So bizarre that it prefers like 8-7 over, 9-7.
Yeah. It must just be it tends to it's just like the lower in your range, the more likely it is to bet. I guess that's got to be the only reason for it.
Yeah, but then it bets 9-8 more. It must be some.
I guess you can make there's better backdoor flush draws. You can make like with 7-8, it can run off 5-4, and with 9-8 it can run off Jack Queen.
Right.
Whereas with the 7-9, you do have to hit that gutter to make it straight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, so, that does make sense. Maybe that's actually exactly what it is.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So these underpairs are doing a lot of checking, and then.
Yeah, that's one of the most surprising things to me is how much like 5s does a pure check here, and from what we've seen before, I guess this is more shallow. It must prefer deeper stacks for betting the lower pairs for protection.
I think so. Yeah, it'll be interesting running this again at 100 bigs.
Yeah.
And seeing what they do. So even King 10, it only does half the time.
Yeah, like King 10's quite a nice check in this flop for sure.
Yeah.
We don't have much. Oh, we do have a bit. Yeah, you can see the lower, like 10-9 is a very heavy bet.
Yeah, it doesn't want any overcards peeling off there.
Yeah. So that would be the reason why we're checking a lot of, or like Jack 10's almost a pure check, Queen 10's like a pure check, which I do like, and I definitely, pretty much anytime, as a rule of thumb, if you're 3-betting and you flop a weak top pair, like you pretty much always want to check, because you're just basically, if you like bet, you're just way over repping your hand, and you only get action off better as a way to simplify it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. So ace 10 loves it, goes for it. Ace 9 with the diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So it basically, these offsuit combos, it hammers the frontal flush.
Yeah.
With the blockers. So it's using even the ace 5. Yeah. So okay. So the offsuit aces will, with undercards. Does that make sense? Offsuit aces with undercards.
Yep.
Will check unless it has a card sharing the frontal flush.
Yeah, diamond. Yep.
That makes sense, right?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, cool. So should we do... We're mostly going to be checking here, right?
Yes. Yeah, we are betting, 1/3 at a time, but yeah.
We can look at both threes, right?
Yeah, we'll look at both lines, but we'll check out check first. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll check.
Okay, so in position then is betting just slightly more. It's pretty close, 44% as opposed to 35.
Okay. It's not even betting that much. Well, I guess it is quite a bit.
Like that often, or?
Yeah, I sort of expect it to stab a little bit more often.
Yeah, you can see though out of positions range is pretty protected. Like it was checking, there was a mix of everything there. So there was a mix of overpairs.
That is true.
And
cool. So it likes betting the underpairs.
Yeah, it also chooses the bigger sizing here. More of a substantial amount, 17% at a time. It's going 70%.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's interesting that it uses, I guess, like these just have no showdown, like the ace deuce of spades and clubs, you just pump it in.
So it's a lot more indiscriminate than out of position with its bluffs. Yeah, which is interesting.
Checks the ace 5 though. How weird is that?
That is funny. Ace 5 diamonds was quite a bet though, right? Yeah, betting like 30% something. Yeah.
So it bets the ace 6 quite big, which makes sense.
Yeah. Also, it goes to bigger sizing with that too. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. King 9, so it's thrown in random bluffs there.
Yeah.
Ace 10, it's bet in small for aces, but big with kings and queens, which makes sense.
Even aces, like 50% check back. If you're gonna set it, I wonder. Yeah, it doesn't seem to care too much about combos, but yeah, the diamonds definitely check back more than the other ones.
It's pretty crazy, right?
I mean, if you're gonna check back an overpair, that's the one to do it with. So I guess it's Yeah,
it's just trying to protect its range as well. So you got the kings, the queens, which are basically pure bets here.
Yeah.
Minus the diamond.
Yeah, they gotta be though. You get to there with kings or queens,
Yeah.
So check it a little with diamonds, was it?
Yep.
Most of your 2 overcard combos just seem to be checking. Oh no, the king jack off actually goes for quite a bit. Queen off, right? The suited combos are checking a lot.
Yeah, so definitely go for it a lot more for the diamonds. Which makes sense. And king 10. It's pretty crazy to me that they're checking back king 10 here.
Yeah, quite a decent amount of time. Look, jack 10 suited is a pure check back. Queen 10 suited is almost pure check back. And
jack 10 suited, yeah. I can definitely get behind the jack 10 suited.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be betting the jack 10 of hearts here, but it obviously says not.
Yeah, you would think, if you're going to go for one, that would be the one to do it.
So it's using these little, I like this, the 5-4.
Yeah. Oh, funny, it checks back to 5-4 diamonds almost pure.
Yeah.
Just starts bluffing with the other ones. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so...
And you're checking back, are a lot of your ace-high flush draws checking back as well by the looks of it?
Yep. Yeah, mostly. Ace-7 bets for some odd reason.
I guess straight draws.
Yeah. Then like ace-8. That's interesting. Okay, so you're mostly checking back.
Not at an undercard flush draws. I assume the 8-9 and the 7-8 suited, they are diamonds when they're betting, is my guess. But could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, more inclined to be diamonds, yeah. Although, like, betting a bit with all of them.
Still pretty heavy checkbacks, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, primarily a check back.
Yeah, so it likes to bet the, the king high diamonds.
Yeah, it does a lot.
Yeah.
Except for king queen.
Yeah, it doesn't mind checking that back. That's unusual.
2 overcards, I guess. Just a lot more equity. I don't know, yeah, it's funny.
So it's checking back the ace high flush draws a lot, but betting the king high more. Cool. So I've just seen with a big... What's that?
So, I was just going to say, so the most common line you should see on this flop is check.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of check checking.
Both players, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. So the big bets are coming from the over pairs, which make sense.
Yeah, and your 6x.
The 6x.
And a little of your ace-10 as well.
Yeah, a little bit of ace-10. Also like the king-jack and queen-jack off with the diamond.
Yeah, and your weak aces that don't have the flush draw, right?
Yeah, just just absolute shit, and you just want to put one
a
big
little
bit
bit with the flush draw as well, but yeah, okay, that's interesting.
Should we have a look at what we do versus a big bet?
Yeah.
So the small blind, when the button does a 70% bet.
Yeah.
He's raising the flushes, which makes sense.
Yeah. Jacks and ace-10 are your only pure raises. And then queens and kings are very heavy raises.
Yeah, so it likes raising the combos without the diamond.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. I honestly thought it'd be the other way around, hey?
Yeah.
You have more equity, so I was sort of thinking like, oh, okay, it's going to try and get this in.
Yeah. I've always wondered about this because there seems to be two conflicting schools of thought on it, where, like, and it seems that Pio tends to check this stuff a lot more than not, whereas a lot of players tend to bet this stuff because you have more equity, and getting money in the pot with more equity is generally a good thing.
Yeah, well, BNCB advocates the...
yeah, he talks about that a lot, right?
Yeah, he loves betting the ones with more equity.
Yeah, which definitely makes a lot of sense, but yeah.
You can't fault the Pio though, mate.
Yeah, and Sam Greenwood as well. That's his videos. He's obviously very GTO based, but he talks about it a lot. He tends to check these combos a lot more as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy though. I just never would have thought.
Yeah.
And then it's raising 10-7.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Probably just wanted to get the money in. Like it doesn't want to see any other cards.
It's very funny though how it like raises its worst and its best 10x.
That is very strange. Yeah, it obviously just doesn't want to see any overcards here. So these all make sense. Ace King you get a raise from as well.
Yeah, that's a funny one. Okay, so less with diamond. Oh no, it seems to be mixed.
It seems to be
mixed with diamonds. Yeah.
It really likes checking the ace of diamonds and the ace and the king of diamonds and hearts. You see that?
Sorry. Yeah. The ace and the king. Yeah.
Like it's going to bluff on the back door and front door flush, I think.
Although like the combos that have both a diamond and a heart are the two most common checks.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So just pure
most
checking.
common calls, I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's going to start bluffing on later streets, I think.
Yeah.
Or just has more equity. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I imagine knowing the way Pio goes, all right, I'm sure if it comes heart and it checks back on the turn, it's just bluffing with the ace-x with heart.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it doing here?
Which is funny because I think like practically nobody turns ace king into a bluff in like nearly any situation. It's like the most common check back from everybody.
But it should be.
Yeah, definitely spots where it should be.
It's crazy how it's finding, like it's crazy how it's using some ace queen for a raise, call, and fold.
Yeah, ace queen really has a bit of everything in it, which is really funny.
So with the front door flush, like the thing that gets me is it's using ace of
You're
diamonds.
never folding with a diamond anyway. That's the main thing.
You're never folding with a diamond. Yes, you're never folding with the front door flush.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is here is it's calling. Oh, sorry, it's raising the ace of diamonds, queen of clubs, right?
Yeah.
But then it's calling the ace of diamonds, queen of hearts.
Yeah,
oh, it must be that same thing as
that's
before.
to do with the heart, yeah, because ace of diamonds, queen of spades is also a pretty heavy raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I just feel like I'm punting it here when I raise with ace queen, right?
Yeah, same. Yeah, no, it's not an intuitive strategy, definitely, you know.
Yeah, it just almost doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, cool. And then what we're doing with ace jack. Calling
ace jack is a mix. So you're calling a little bit with no flush draws, mostly folding.
Wow, so it's check raising the nut flush with an undercard.
Yeah. Right,
and then it's only check calling the nut flush with two overs.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's the same thing I thought before, like I was sort of thinking you'd want to check raise these more often because you got more equity.
Yeah.
But it's not doing that, it's doing the opposite.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so should we look at a call?
Yeah.
Yeah, or did you want to go
wait,
back
actually, I just want to look at the... Yeah, so it's calling most often, almost as much as it's folding, raising 12%, which seems like a reasonable amount to check raise. Yep.
Okay, cool. So do you want to go back here and do a bet?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep, so it's betting 1/3, yeah.
Yeah, so bet a third.
So it is in position.
Shit, he raises a lot.
Yeah, 21.5%, all right. I still find it crazy that Queens is a 100% call to 50 bigs. Like, that's just, you'd never see that. Everybody is just getting in Queens there for 50 bigs, not trying to play post flop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But they find that hand to be, really, really good.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, especially if they're true betting that wide where they just have a lot of crushed hands in their range. If they're true betting Queen 7 suited and stuff.
Yeah.
Having Queens is fucking pretty damn good,
But if they're only ever using like the ace and king blockers, then it's probably way better to get it in pre.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool. So when the small blind bet's a third, the
in position
button, full raise. Man, it's never really folding here. It's folding only a quarter.
Two. It's only 1/3 pot they're betting, I guess. And your range. Sorry?
It is a very small bet.
Yeah, and the range was wider than expected, but you're still calling a 3-bet, so your range is somewhat condensed.
Check it, this is going crazy with the king 3, king 4. King No, that's mostly a fold. I wonder how it picks its cards here.
Oh, well, flush draws are obviously continuing. Then hearts, you're raising a little as a bluff or else folding, which I like.
Yeah, I like that as well. And then it's using the ace. I like this. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if I like the ace deuce. No backdoor flush draw raise.
Yeah, it's surprising. I guess it's super low frequency though, right? I mean, you gotta get your bluffs out somewhere, and it seems to like using its rag aces.
Probably just good blockers.
Interesting. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you block their ace 10 and their aces and their ace 6 too, which is where most of their combos of. Yeah, actually, can we look at suits there? So my intuition should be that it should use clubs and spades as its bluffs.
More often.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was thinking that because it blocks the ace 6 suited
Yeah.
that out of position can have, but it
Yeah.
still it uses them very low frequency.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying there. That makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So it uses these backdoor flush draws, so either raise and call.
Yeah.
Cool. I was gonna say like, why is that raising that so much? But that makes sense.
Yeah.
You got trips, man.
Yeah, you have the effect of nuts. Right. King 6 suited is a pure call. That's interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raise the a6.
Same with 6-7 suited and 8-6 suited, but 6-5 suited it goes for. That is, I like it. Is to do with, I guess, like straight cards coming off, because if any straight card comes off, you either make a house or you turn a straight draw, so you've less to protect against.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's incredible how it picks these combinations, eh?
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about,
Yeah, definitely.
But it does make sense. So you're happy calling with the trips, because you don't have to protect as much.
Yeah, the King 6 really surprises me. I just like the fact that it's pure call too. I mean, you can see a tiny red line in there, but I mean, it's like so much.
That'll be the not fully solved part.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think. So it'd probably just be 100%. Right, so the ace high backdoors are generally calling.
Yeah, interesting. Except for the lower ones, right? The lower ones are check raising a bit. Yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting to see what it does once it raises. Like, what does it do on a brick turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, you happy with this so far? This all sort of
yeah,
okay?
because I'm just looking at your raising range, right? It looks super nutted here, right? You're raising 22%, but I mean, look at the hand you're raising.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously some bluffs in there. There's 5-4 suited and the rag aces and stuff, but you've like so much king queens, 10x and 6x.
Yeah.
That you should be very nutted.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of good hands here.
Yeah.
A lot of good hands. Cool. So.
See with the raise.
Yeah. Do you want to look at the raise?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they raise, we're just
so out of position. See, this is interesting. Now you're calling with the a6 suited, but you're going in with the king 6.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that. That's pretty crazy.
That is funny.
There's obviously a reason for it, but I can't think of the reason.
And with your good 10s too, you're just getting the money in with your ace 10. Your king 10's calling, but your ace 10's just getting it in. I guess you just see. Yeah, that's interesting because it's the opposite of the king 6 and the ace 6. Because like my thinking there is that you just cooler the worst 10s, whereas you'd think with the 6s, I guess the 6 is so strong you're not really that worried about a cooler situation. There's only 1 6 left in the deck anyway, but so it won't happen as often. But yeah, it's just kind of funny.
I'm wondering because, like, some of the raises. Hang on. Let's just see here. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm really not too sure why it's doing
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's because a lot of their bluffs come from their ace-x. So, oh, wait, does that make sense?
So it wants it to hit its ace-x?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that could well be it.
But then it'll be the same for the king
And
six.
it blocks their bluffs.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Can't quite wrap my head around that one. But I do get this. So it just shoves the money in with the
Yeah.
weak flush draws.
Ace Queen suited is almost a pure call, which is interesting.
It's pretty crazy.
You're betting that flop, getting check raised in. Not even getting check raised, getting raised in your out of position. Like calling with Ace Queen of Spades there means it doesn't seem fun. I mean, I can definitely see doing it against a lot of people, but you're going to get into a lot of murky situations on the turn, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty horrendous. But I mean, we can look at the turn, see what it does do.
Yeah.
So you knock it in the aces here, just almost pure calling.
Yeah.
Except for the ones with no backdoors.
Oh, okay, right.
Backdoor
right.
blockers.
Yeah, that makes that seems good. Yeah, for
that
sure.
does make sense to me. And same with the kings.
Kings, yeah. So heavily calling with a diamond and just getting in with anything else.
Yeah, that does make sense. And queens.
Look at ace king. Look at how much you're supposed to bet fold that. Like half the time.
Where's this? Sorry?
Continuing with a diamond. Ace king offsuit. So like
you're pure continuing.
No, you're not. You're like you're pure continuing with a diamond, but like half the time you're just bet folding that. Oh wait, no, you're folding there with the ace of diamonds.
No, it's raising and calling.
Oh shit! Right,
yeah. So it's never folding.
Yeah.
Never folding
oh shit!
King.
Yeah, I misread that. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
It's still early.
Yeah, it's still early days of the Pio. Yeah. They got weird colours.
No, it's still early in the morning. I mean.
Yeah, 10:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Cool.
So bets and then does call a raise.
Yeah, I was thinking that seems pretty horrendous to bet fold ace king on this board.
Yeah, so bet calls. Some of ace queen just bet calls almost always.
Yeah, there's a little bit
the front
worse suits. Do
a
little folding. Yeah.
Ace 10 just gets in. Okay, ace 6, ace king. And yeah, we just call and fold these. That does make sense to me. Yeah, is some of that making sense?
Yeah.
Just wants to get ace king off in here. Sorry, ace king. Just wants to get it all in.
Oh, with the bad suits too.
Yeah, that's very bizarre.
Okay, I guess you get it in against a lot of flush draws and stuff. Makes it more likely they're semi bluffing, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. That is real funny.
That is crazy. So if I just want to see what happens here. So if we re-raise all in.
Yeah.
See what they're doing. Okay, I mean that all makes.
Yeah, looking at these stack depths, it just makes way more sense looking at the ranges, right?
Yeah. When we look at 100 bigs blinds deep, that was confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's just getting those hands in. Okay, so if we... Did you want to look at potentially if they raise and we just flat? And then see what they do with these random, like...
Yeah, I'd be interested on like what a lot of your ace queen and stuff would do on a jack turn, you know.
Okay, cool. Well, let's do that. So we'll do a raise and a call.
Yeah.
And then what do you want to have a look at? Do you want to see jack of hearts?
Yeah, that's probably the most interesting one. Yeah.
So we're going to check off we call the raise, sure.
Okay, so in position, right. Still betting it's ace 10 most of the time, but mixing in some checking. Yeah, most of its ace x does have 1 and 2 flush draws, which it just clearly likes betting.
So it's doing a bit of big betting with the kings and queens.
Yeah, aces still like small betting though.
Just
That's
bets a third.
33%. Yeah, yeah. Right, and what's the pot now? Pot's 1852.
Yeah,
So
like it's if he bets 70%, it's almost all in.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost
Interesting that
all
the
in.
aces still go third. Yeah. Queen Jack pure checks here. Which yeah, I mean, if you raise turn in position, you turn the jack. Yeah, I wouldn't be amazed to see with an SPR, like with a shallow SPR, just getting it in. But yeah.
It's still not like
But
actually not
King
that
Jack then
much.
it does pure just get in almost.
Yeah, it likes the kicker and ace jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. King Queen.
Ace 10 still goes hard.
Yeah, pretty hard.
And it bets a third of these ace 9 hands.
Interesting.
It's a random, just a random bluff, and then it'll probably just
Yeah.
fire off. Okay.
So it clearly prefers checking the ace of hearts. Right.
Yes. Why would you think that is?
It must be something to do with out of position, their backdoor flush draws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't really know, because you would think it's actually that it means you're getting more folds out of them, so that it would be an alright bet. But yeah, there's clearly some reason for it, but I'm not sure.
It might mean he's going to have more jack X possibly.
Boy.
Well, I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
yeah. Just hoping it's right.
So it could be a possibility, but I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I am not sure.
Okay.
But I just saw there with the Queen Jack off it also. Oh no, that was just checky a lot. But the combos with the Queen of Hearts was checking pretty much pure.
So check some of the. Oh, okay, so does big betting or checking?
Right, so it seems to like checky a lot of its king high flush draws, just checking them back.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh, that is very strange. Keeps going with the diamonds though.
Right.
Big
Yeah, it does.
well.
Yeah, it checks a lot of its backdoors, but goes with a lot of its flopped flush draws. Interesting.
Yeah, and it still goes pretty hard with his king queens, which makes sense. Cool. Do you want to see what happens when it bets a third and gets jammed on?
Yep.
Okay, obviously that'll make sense.
Yeah, you're just gonna be pretty committed with any kind of flush draw. Oh yeah, that was ace 10, right? Ace 9 is calling half the time. Oh, they're the flush draws, of course. Yeah.
Where's this?
Oh, I was looking at ace 9
Oh,
suited. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Look, you're supposed to call with fours like a little bit. Is that quarter of the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
I mean, you hardly ever get there with fours, but I think you can't go too wrong with pure folding fours there.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel so good about calling fours there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to look at a blank jack?
Yeah.
Because it'd be interesting to see what it does with the flush draws here. Oh, it just keeps.
Yeah.
So those back doors that bluff the flop.
Yeah, the hearts continue. Everything continues there. They're just pure bets for all those wheel aces.
Yeah, it just keeps going hard.
Yeah.
It does a lot of third. Bets a third almost always on that blank jack.
Yeah, 70%, right? Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, no big bets.
Wait, so what's the line here? So the line is...
So the line is...
3 bet pre-flop, then bet 1/3, raise 2.5x, then
then
call,
yeah,
check, and then we're back in position, and we're betting a third.
Yes, you just keep betting.
Yeah. Your weak jacks are very heavy checks. Your jack 9 and whatnot.
Jack 9.
Jack 9 suited, and then Queen Jack off, and then King Jack off is just good enough to go for value. That's
Yeah. I mean, these
that's
actually, this all kind of makes sense, you know, to me.
Can look at the yeah. I mean, it's surprising that Ace 10 is good enough to go for value here, but Queen Jack isn't. I mean, it's obviously not just purely about being good enough to go for value, but and also some protection issues and whatnot. But that's kind of surprising. It's surprising you're betting Ace 10 that much more often than Queen Jack.
Should we see what happens when it bets Ace 10 and gets jammed on?
Yeah.
It's obviously just going to be pure calling, I think.
I would say so. Yeah, pure call.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, any hand that's like any bit of value here is just calling off.
Yeah, I mean, with the stack.
Bluff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow, it's checking the open ender here.
Right.
The weaker one.
Diamonds as well.
Yeah.
Shit. Man, I don't think I've ever checked back that much equity on a turn.
Neither. Check the Jack 8.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'd be doing with these hands.
Yeah, that is very surprising. I guess it must be something to do with stack size and not be able to get the money in that comfortably. But I mean, like, I don't know. You're pretty fucking. I can't imagine even betting 1/3 and getting jammed on isn't the end of the world. But like, if you're betting bigger, you're definitely giving yourself a good price on it.
I think it doesn't want to get it in versus the nut diamonds.
Oh yeah,
I think that's why, and then maybe it will.
Yeah, that's got to be a big concern because it doesn't care with the ace of diamonds. It's just getting.
Yeah, just pumping it in. Mostly.
Yeah, which is funny because I mean, if you get it in against the nut diamonds, I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. Like a lot of the time, you'll have 6 pair outs, and then you'll have 6 straight outs that are non-diamonds as well. If they're like unpaired nut diamonds you're in against. But I guess because you can't. I mean, you can't be dominated if they have nut diamonds, but I guess they can have. Oh no! I mean, yeah, it's never that bad of a situation because even if they have, we'll say, ace king of diamonds. Oh, then your queen's no good. That's true.
Yeah, then you're even in more.
But your 3 kings are still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I mean, it's not a great situation, but I wouldn't think that it's that bad a situation that you got to check like 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it either. But then it's betting with the bigger,
the better open enders, yeah. And diamonds is a pure bet there, and then even the bad suits are betting quite a lot. And what size they're going a third? Yeah, everything's going a third here. Yeah, that's true.
I'm quite curious to see what happens when you bet with the king queen of spades and clubs here, and then get jammed on.
Yeah, I guess it's a call. Yeah, pure call.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's just committing itself.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, that's a kind of an easy enough concept when you're shallow stacked. If you're betting a hand with good equity, you're always calling. Like, and that's the beauty of tournament poker, short stack poker. You got to think a lot less.
Exactly. A lot easier.
Yeah. Is my hand good? Yes. So I'll go with it.
Yeah. You don't hate getting check, right? Well, I guess some of the hands you do.
Yeah.
Should we look at a different turn?
Yeah.
Do you want to look at a diamond?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
A lot more checking on the diamond here.
Yeah, which makes sense.
You check the nut. The nuts.
Ooh, all your nuts? No, you're betting some of them.
A lot though.
Checking very, very heavily.
Bloody hell.
Why do you have no ace with diamond there? Oh, I guess they don't take this line.
They get it in.
No, they don't raise.
You don't have them in pre.
Yeah, no, you do have them pre. They just don't raise flop. You don't have them after the flop because they just flattered the flop.
No, this is the button.
Yeah.
The button gets in these hands pre-flop versus the 3-bet from the small blind.
No, I'm saying aces with a diamond.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they just they don't raise the flop. They just flat the bet.
Yeah, that is flat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you don't have them there. Yeah.
I'm with you. We're on the same page.
Yeah, so obviously you don't want to be barreling with your king queen of spades on the 3rd diamond.
Wow, it does a lot of checking.
King 9 of diamonds, yeah.
A lot of checking with diamonds here.
Oh, shallow SPR. that must be it. You know, I mean, you can just get the money in on the river pretty easily, and you know, I mean, there's not many. You know, like a 10 is really the only horrible river card, or a 6. 6 sucks, but I mean, you just you're not afraid of pretty much any river. I'm interested to see. It's 5-4 diamonds, though. It's low flushes. It is betting because I guess. Oh no, you don't have diamonds. Hearts. Hearts is like a pure get in. What?
Nah, just a small bet.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
it'll
1/3.
fold.
Yeah. Yeah. Just bottom of your range bluffing.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. And you're continuing with all your 6x. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure there'll be back calls.
Okay, maybe actually I'll put in the chat so people know exactly what we're doing here. So it's the button.
Yep.
Opens.
Yep.
Small blind 3 bets.
Yep.
At 50 big blinds. Cool. Hopefully everyone understands that. So we're just looking at the button versus small blind, and then the button, calls.
You have a racetrack outside your house. What's going on there?
Oh, it's louder. You can hear that.
Lawnmower or something.
Bro, there's this guy that cuts the lawn like every week, and it's just so loud. He uses the most ridiculous bloody. Well, I don't even know what it is, man. It's like a race car. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of these little hearts.
Yeah.
That we bluff the flop with keep betting.
Yeah. Interesting. Right, which is funny because, you know, out of position was continuing with a lot of hearts, which, you know, are going to be their instant folds on the turn. So it's interesting that you also continue bluffing with hearts.
It is
in position.
Quite interesting. Well, should we see what happens when they do bet a third?
Yeah.
So when they do, we are just...
We're getting in our 6x, yeah.
Pumping it, which makes sense.
Yeah. 9-7 suited, is that diamonds that we get in, I assume? Oh no, we don't have that. Yeah, it is, yeah, diamonds. Yeah.
Diamonds only, yeah.
Yeah.
Same old, and then we call
ace queen and ace king off, getting in with the diamond, and ace king suited, I suppose just the either diamond is good enough. Yeah.
That's quite amazing.
Doing a little more calling with the ace of diamonds, and the king of diamonds always getting in. That's funny. With its best nut flushes, this is getting in, right? Oh wait, this is versus a bet. This is different. Sorry.
This is versus a bet. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're out of position, so yeah, I think you do just want to be shipping your flushes here, like pretty much always.
Yeah, jacks you just raise.
Oh yeah, jacks you the nut house. Yeah.
These
and
all
kings.
Make sense.
Kings and queens, I assume they're flats when they have the diamond, are they? No.
Other way around.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. Thought it would be different based on the other stuff it was doing.
Exactly.
But,
exactly. Yeah. No, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Cool. Do you want to look at a different turn here?
Yeah. We'll try another one.
What would you like to see?
They've all been Jack X so far. So I guess we'll try like a proper blank, like a 2 of clubs. And you're betting a lot more when a blank comes out, which makes sense. Continue your aggression after raising the flop.
It's similar to the Jack of Spades, though.
Yeah, it is pretty similar. Surprised it still likes bluffing with King Queen. I mean, on a Jack, it's fairly intuitive to barrel with that. But you know, when you raise the flop with King Queen off, and you get a deuce, like you do feel like you're, I don't know. I guess.
Should we see if they barrel river as well, though?
Yeah, I'm interested in that. So it is going 1/3 almost always here as well. So.
Apart.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what it does in the river after bet call. So, continuing with all your middling pairs, folding 7s a little bit.
The diamond.
Yeah. Your combo draws are getting in, and your other gut shots are folding. By the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then we'll call, and then what river?
So yeah, just rip off a blank, 5 of hearts, whatever. So yeah, your broadways that were bluffing for the most part continue bluffing.
You just
like
stick it in.
70%, 75% for the suited combos.
You just pure check in those almost.
Yeah.
A lot of checks on diamonds, which makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good bluff hands.
Just keep going for it. These little, they take it down at the showdown there
Okay, interesting.
with the deuce.
Do you think there's part of the reason for those hands bluffing is that they can get called by worse? They can get called by, like whatever like diamond combos and stuff. And well, I mean, I suppose part of the benefit is that sometimes you can actually get to showdown and win, but another one is that you can make top pair too, so you can get value after 10x. Well, like value after 10x.
You're talking about the ace?
Yeah, the reason why it's bluffing with those wheel aces and the flop, because they're interesting choices for bluffs.
They are.
Yeah,
I think it's got something to do with the continuing range.
Yeah,
like some of those
probably
ace kings and ace queens.
Yeah, that's true. And they're ace 10 and ace 6. Yeah, that's true too.
Cool. That seems crazy. It just keeps bluffing with these just trash hands.
Yeah, I mean, if you get yourself in that situation, what are you gonna do?
For King High, man, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Should we whack off a queen and see what it does with these hands? I mean, that all makes sense.
Yeah, you can bend those for value. Bluffing with your non-diamond high cards that miss still. Ace 10 becomes like a pure check.
Check out the ace 3, it just pumps it.
Oh yeah, even diamonds.
Even diamonds, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, checky a bit, but yeah, shit.
I didn't think it would want to use its flush draw.
Yeah, and like it mostly doesn't, but yeah, it seems there are some exceptions.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and Queen Jack off is good enough to go for value there as well. That's betting 1/3, is it?
Yeah, well, 1/3 is all in.
Oh yeah, right, cool.
So if you did 1/3,
it's 1/3 pot as well. So you're never gotten checking back top pair and they're over 1/3 pot behind.
Yeah, you're just sticking it in.
Yeah, of course.
Feels funny getting into the river and then folding for a third,
Yeah.
Like it's bluffing these hands, but it's like he gets the river and fold for a third. It seems pretty.
Yeah, you don't expect people to do it often, but I guess, I mean, they don't have to do it often for it to be profitable.
Exactly.
I mean, if they do it 1 in 4 times, it's break even. But like again, you probably don't expect people to fold 25% of the time to a 1/3 pot in the river. I mean, they're gonna have some hands. I don't know. Do they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you get to the river and you got pocket 7s.
Yeah.
You feel not super great about it, but I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call pocket 7s if I get to the river with them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very, very awkward spot for sure. That's true.
Devon's in the chat. He's shocked. Yeah, bro. Ace 3 of diamonds is a bluff for whatever reason.
Yeah. Devon's shocked by that. That's what I'm shocked by.
Devon's what?
Yeah, I'm shocked that Devon's shocked by that. Loves the
I reckon.
Wheel aces.
He only uses the ace 5 of diamonds, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, pure folds everything else.
That and the king 8 of clubs. That's it.
Yeah, the king 8 suited. Yeah, that's probably in his button 4-bet range though, so he wouldn't have it on this flop.
That's in the get-in range.
Devon wants to turn the ace deuce into a bluff as well, but Devon, that is incorrect, my man.
There was a deuce. The one we just ran had a deuce on the turn, didn't it?
Yeah, and it checks it. For
Yeah.
Okay, so should we look at the same sort of thing, but we're going to do a check back?
Okay, yeah, go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we're going to do a lot of checking here.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what button does here. So the button is... Bro, I need to take a slash real quick. Is that all good?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, hang on, boys. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. Any questions in the chat, boys, while Ryan's out? Shit. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Devin. Yeah, I don't see too much point in turning 2x into a bluff. No, it looks like Ryan has the delay on because I just turned on the stream and he's not gone for a piss yet. I was just going now. So yeah, there must be a wee bit of a delay still going. I'll say it to him when he gets back. Oh. Oh. I had a few beers last night at a pub quiz, so feeling a bit not ideal this morning, but I'll get over it. Oh, you're joking about turning 2x into a bluff, right? Okay. It wouldn't surprise me, man, you know? How's the online grind been treating me? Kind of shit lately, but, you know, I don't know. Going to win a bunch of shit during the Winter Series, so it'll be all good.
No soap, I watched the Vorto.
What's that? Oh, no, you're talking to someone else. You been playing online at all, Devin?
All right, I'm back in, sir.
Any results? Hey, man. I think you're on delay, by the way.
1 second delay, I think.
Oh, yeah? Okay, because looked to be more closer to a minute or something. Yeah. I don't know. It's all good anyway. It wasn't a major one or anything. Yeah, the Winter Series, the schedule looks good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've made phase 2 for the $11.
Oh, nice. I made the $2.20 one, so you know.
Well done, well done. I'm going to take a shot for that 55 and the $2.20 as well.
What's that?
There's a $55 one as well.
Oh, phase as well. Yeah, that's $1 million guaranteed as well. The $11 $1 million guaranteed, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going in with 40 bigs.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even fire that one. I got through the 220 on my first try with quite a big stack. I got like, I don't know, 55k or something.
Nice.
Yeah, because that should be like 25, 30k for first place because it's a $250,000 guarantee. So obviously massive field. But
I got through in my third or fourth try. I busted it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I'm usually cursed with those phases, man. I like fire like 10 to 15 bullets in a lot of them. You know, like.
It's just you want to get in with a big stack as well. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to get in there with a bitch 10 big blind stack. You know, if I've got 10 bigs and we're like 2 levels away from phase 2, I'm just punching it in to get that double up, or I'm going to come back in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's like locking up a stack towards the end of the day is not the way to play those things. You're just going to take any edge you can get.
Yeah. Devin says, did you see that hand with Negrano?
Oh yeah, I was telling Ryan just before this. So Pads put up, well, like I watched it yesterday, but you know, Pads Patrick Leonard, he put up a Piosim on the hand. So you can find it either by looking at his Twitter or if you go on the BitB thingy, the BitB page, you can find a link to it. So he did like a 15-minute video, and according to Pio, it's like I think a 60% fold on the river, which was really interesting. And it was super interesting. It was a real interesting hand because it's the kind of thing where in game you just can't imagine folding, but once you actually sit back and think about the ranges, it makes a lot of sense to fold, you know.
I have not seen the hand, so no comment.
Do you want me to give you a rundown of it?
Yeah, we can go for it real quick.
So 7-handed, Negrano opens under the gun with Jack 10 of hearts, and then you know, Nikita Badviatsky or whatever, Fish 2013. He calls next to act with pocket nines.
Okay.
And the flop is 6, 7, 8. Negrano bets 1/3 pot, 5k into 15k, and Nikita makes it 16k, and Negrano calls.
Okay. Then
the turn is the 9. So Negrano has the nuts. Then it goes check. Okay. And then the river is an 8. Negrano checks, and Nikita bets 60k into like 45k, so like 1.3x pot. Yeah. And Negrano uses like 2 time bags. And like the second he bets, Negrano's just like fucking, he's just like, oh, I don't feel good about this one. And then he just starts talking about the ranges, and he's like, okay, you raise the flop, then you check, and then, you know, you overbet river, And yeah, it's a sick fold to make against like one of the best in the world. Like, you know, like a guy
Wow, so he
that's
folds in the river.
yeah, he folds the river. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, it's pretty sick. But I mean, when you look at that line, you know, you're actually not doing very good with Jack 10 there.
Versus the overbet.
Yeah, versus the overbet on the river versus raise on the flop, check on the turn, and then overbet on the river. You know,
Yeah.
he is
Man.
going to have a lot of full houses there, and even like, but so pads ran that Piosim, and even with that, the nut straight was like a fold over half the time.
Man, that's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
Cool.
super interesting hand. Yeah.
Should we get back into this one?
Yep. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we'll look at that is a crazy hand though. We'll look at a check here, which happens most of the time, and then we're going to see what.
Yeah, we were going to look at a check line, weren't we?
Yeah. You want to do that?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So check. Well, should we see what he's checking back with then?
Yeah.
So he's checking back with
a lot of junk, and you're like middling hands. Very little 6x, which is pretty intuitive. Oh, a lot of your king 6 actually, about half your king 6 you check back with.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah, that is surprising.
So it likes betting, the bigger flushes with an undercard. You see that?
Yeah.
The flush draws with the undercard, but then when it gets to these, King Jack suited as well. That's didn't think that was going to be a bet based on.
Oh, that's a very heavy. Yeah. Because Ace Jack suited is going to be like pure check, and then King. Yeah, so that's hard to glean information on. You know, I guess like Ace Jack just has more showdown value, but yeah.
What's that?
Oh no, Alex is just grabbing some stuff.
Okay, cool. And then Ace 10, obviously, King Jack with diamonds, Queen Jack with diamonds is pumping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think, based on what we've seen, I didn't think a Queen Jack and King Jack suited were going to be bets here, but they are.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's doing a lot of checking here.
It is 56%. There does look to be a lot of junk in the check. Well, there's a lot of ace high. There's a lot of showdown value in your check range, actually. Your king 10 is checking quite heavily. Mm-hmm. So you retain a lot of 10x. Queen 10 as well, and your jack 10 suit is pure checks. So you do get to the turn with a decently protected range.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then should we bring up what turn do you want to see here?
I'm interested to see a wet turn, like a 8 of diamonds or something.
Okay. Cool. So when the diamond comes, so if we look at the big, so this is a small blind now.
Yeah.
And he's doing just small betting only.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're checking back
half the time.
You're checking the ace as pure, except with the diamond.
Holy shit, that is surprising. Can you imagine getting aces here? Like you 3-bet pre, check. So I'm interested to see what they do versus a bet.
The aces do?
Yeah, on the turn. If they check again, right, and then in position bets, what are those aces just calling or are they raising?
They'll be just calling, I think. But we can have a look at that.
I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, so...
It's funny you take that line, you know? You wouldn't expect it.
It is very crazy.
Yeah.
But we only bet in the third, like the nut flush, bet a third. We bet in the third with the ace 10.
Okay, we're still betting. We're betting our 10x. This is out of position, right? But yeah, after that line, you know, you are going to bet your 10x a lot. You know, you feel pretty fucking good.
Jiggle, that's the king queen just randomly takes a stab.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, shit.
I mean, these offsuit ones all make sense with the diamond mostly.
Yeah.
Well, the king.
Even a lot of your queen jack is just going for with the gut shot.
Jack. Yeah, it's just going ham.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, ace 8. Even ace 8's doing quite a bit of betting here, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's using a lot of these gut shots for like a block bet. Which makes sense.
least it won't be a crucial shot for Tom and Brady.
Yeah, uses the gutties.
Yeah. Checking some straights here. That's well,
It is
about
crazy.
half of them with the bad combos, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's just thrown in some real random bluffs as well here.
Yeah.
But I mean, you
Which
got
you'll
to
see a decent amount in the pile.
you got to find bluffs somehow. So let's
Yeah.
you want to see a check, do you?
Yeah.
Yep. So if small blind checks again.
Yeah.
And then we see a bet from the button.
Yeah.
So they do some big betting, a lot of checking back as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Right. So what's betting big there when you look at the King 4 and the King 3 suited?
The flush and then...
Other combos are also doing a decent amount
Yeah, I
of
mean,
it.
all...
Yeah.
There's everything. It's betting
Yeah.
big. Same with the King 3. It's just one...
Yeah,
I wonder what it does on a blank river as well. We should look at that.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Yeah,
this is
right.
the King.
Okay, so the pot's only 700 now because it wouldn't check on the flop. So I guess they do have a lot of room to bluff rivers. Yeah, so I'm interested, like King 5 of spades. Oh wait, 2 seconds.
I'll just keep flicking through here, boys.
Hey, sorry. I'm interested in, like, say something like King 5 of spades, right? On whether it's firing on a non. I imagine it's going to fire more on a non-diamond river than on a diamond river.
I think it'll be pure check in diamond river, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Wow, so it's starting to turn fours without a diamond into a bluff here.
Without a diamond?
Yeah.
That's surprising, because what we've seen before from Pios, it tends to use the flush blocker.
But it's not doing it with 5, so there must be a reason why it's choosing. And 3s are just checking. So there must be some weird reason that it's using 4s.
That is very odd. When the pip above and the pip below are like pure checks, but it just goes for 4s. I could not tell you why that is.
Neither could I. Devin, you got any insight into that, my man? Yeah, so we're using a lot of these little gutties and whatnot, and even 8s are betting a lot. The big bets are just random bluffs and then some flushes, the 6x.
I mean, it's bottom of your range though, those raggy kings. So
Yeah.
it makes sense to be turning them into bluffs.
Yeah, and big, just maybe one big bet is what it's potentially doing here.
Yeah, I'm interested on what they do on blanks.
So, do you want to do a third bet size here?
Do you want to just quickly check 70% and then call and then a blank river? I'm just interested.
Okay, so 70%, and we'll do.
Yeah.
So it's jamming the 6x here.
6x. Yeah, I think you do want to do that out position for sure.
Excuse me, man. I'm actually dying here, and my hay fever is so bad.
Oh yeah.
Eyes watering, can't
Dark.
see shit. Okay, cool. So we do a call.
Oh,
Hard day at the office, eh?
that's it. Yeah. I'll have to get back into
Day at
bed
the
after
office.
this.
And you want to just see a blank, like a
Yeah.
What kind of blank? Like a.
Oh, it's classic deuce of clubs or something,
It's always a good blank.
Yeah. So you're just continuing with all that shit and just firing.
All that shit is right.
Yeah.
Absolute shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Let's
Thing.
yeah, and it's not doing a third bet on a blank.
It's giving up
big.
with some random stuff, like it's Jack 9 and stuff. Queen 9.
Yeah, it's given
Queen
up
Jack.
with the actual cards that had draws.
Yeah,
With a
which is
king,
I
blocks
guess
nothing.
because you want them to because it doesn't block them having a draw. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's maybe give a blank Let's see what it does with an ace. Yeah, it sort of pumps these cards in.
Yeah. Mm.
Just pumps it in. What about a diamond? Should we have a look at a diamond?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's still going for him.
My goodness me.
Yeah. And
I would never have thought this would be happening.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by it. Look, the king tree of diamonds are checking a bit.
That is insane.
Yeah, but it still does the same with like the Broadway draw, not the Broadway draws, but the oh, actually they pick up a queen now, right? So that makes a ton of sense too.
Yeah, what's the diamond? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically checking all its medium showdown value hands and just. Yeah, I mean, like, it makes sense. That's basically where else are you going to get your bluffs from besides that random king X you've been firing off with. So I guess you just got to follow through there.
There's a lot to take in, man. There's just so much shit here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. We've been talking like an hour and a half and we're still talking about this one hand, you know?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so much stuff to look at.
Yeah.
So we bet small. Yeah, if we bet small, aces raises a little bit. Mostly calls, but definitely it's raising with the diamond.